Good day, Mom. I am Jolly B. Deroya, and I am going to share my knowledge on the topics of patterns. Based on my understanding, a pattern is repeated arrangement of numbers, forms, colors, and so on. I am going to share with you the most common patterns that can be found in nature and show you an example that I found here in our house. The patterns that we're going to encounter in these videos are symmetry, fractal, spiral, and tessellation. First, we have the symmetry pattern. Symmetry pattern, it can be divided into two or more identical pieces that are organizedly arranged. So, here are my examples. My first example is a flower. As you can see, it can be divided into two. Next is sunglasses. Next is a human face. As you can see, it can also be divided. Next is the door. It's also divided into two. And the last one is leaves. Second, we have the fractal pattern. What is fractal pattern? A fractal pattern is known as never-ending pattern. You'll know that it is a fractal pattern if it has self-similar structures across an extended but scale range. So here are my examples. It is also a fractal pattern. Thunder is also a fractal pattern. It is also a fractal pattern. And also this one is a fractal pattern. And lastly, papaya leaves is a fractal pattern. Now, let's proceed to our third pattern, which is spiral pattern. A spiral is a pattern that moves around the center point. So here are my examples. This one is hair tie. Shell, it is also a spiral pattern. Waves is also example of spiral. I know you are familiar with this. This is katol or mosquito coil. And lastly, we have a spring notebook. Finally, we have the fourth pattern, which is tessellation pattern. So, what is tessellation pattern? Tessellation, which is an arrangement of shapes that are fit together with no overlaps or gaps. I'll show you my examples. First is zipper wallet. Second is pineapple. Strainer is also a tessellation pattern. This one is also example of tessellation pattern. And lastly, this is a honeycomb. This is an example of tessellation.